Hello there, and welcome to the Triple Culture 7 show. I'm your host, True Pop, here to laugh and think about pop culture stupidity. Today's show, well, is kind of special because YouTube, I don't know, bothered to notify me that it's the channel's birthday. Well, it was this week, not this exact day, but uh, pretty sure I created it in September. I was sure I was created it in September, so. Yeah, I thought I'd invite a couple of guests I very much enjoyed talking with, and uh, yeah, let's start off with introducing them. Uninspired, would you like to introduce yourself and tell the people what you do, essentially your shtick?
For sure. Thank you for having me, and happy birthday for the channel, of course. And yeah, I'm the uninspired reviewer. I'm a black cat that reviews movies, basically, and that's pretty much it for me.
Nice. Uh, Creetosis, would you like to? I'm sure plenty of the viewers watching know already who you are, but if you'd like to say to some other viewers as well who you are and what you do.
Uh, I'm Creetosis. I make very long videos breaking down games, and I'm going to be doing some on TV shows and movies. Over the past 3 months, I released a combined approximately 14 hours of video on Fallout 4.
My
Mhm.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're going to talk about a bit of some Fallout news. That's
Oh
kind of
no.
interesting.
Oh no, I'm
Uh,
not ready. I'm not prepared.
I think it was. I don't know how it went under my radar, but I'm like, hang on, Creetosis is on. I could talk about this piece of news specifically with him, and I'd be curious to know your take, mate. So that'll be exciting. Uh, yeah. So, Mr. Bug, my occasional co-host, would you like to introduce yourself and tell people what you do?
Okay, well, of all the things that I do, beyond that, I like to edit. I like to talk about various superhero stuff, And whenever I'm not getting into slap fights over a terrible Tumblr Superman show, uh, I'm just I'm just making memes and joining friends' streams and having a good time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I too like to edit. We're both editors at heart. We painstakingly, get those images, move them frame by frame. It just takes a while, but at the end, you get kind of like a satisfying feeling. I did that essentially.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, it's a very
uh,
satisfying feeling to do it,
mhm.
especially when I've been doing a couple of them just for me, just to do for like my Tumblr Superman little posts. It's just fun to do. It's like, yeah, it'll take a minute to do it, but
Mhm.
then at the end of the day, I could just sit there and go like, I did that.
Mhm. Yeah. The thing is, like, uh, the editing thing. It's always a bit of a challenge, especially uh with how long it takes. And for my channel, especially, I'm just reflecting back on my channel since it's his birthday. Uh, Doing all these little edits on the stream highlights. I never thought people would resonate with it that much, So yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone for subscribing and supporting me throughout. I never thought I'd get this far, especially live streaming with my face. So
And
tremendous
you were doing
progress
this
there.
without a mouse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For like I don't know a good nearly a year, I was editing the videos with a laptop track. Didn't get a
Oh my
mouse.
god.
So, yeah, as you can imagine, it was difficult. But I didn't think I didn't think to buy a mouse. Never the thought never occurred to me. I just put my laptop on my bed, and just edited away. But now I've got a desk. I've got everything around me here. I've got my own headquarters. So yeah, no
It's
longer
professional.
yeah, a whole setup essentially. So yeah, it's been a journey essentially, and thank you guys for joining me on it. And yeah, enough of the wholesome talk. Let's get straight into the segment, I guess. Uh, which is let me just I'm losing it here. Sucked into pop culture. There we go.
And finally, the piece de resistance.
Okay, so Sucked into Pop Culture is the segment of the show where we discuss what we've consumed pop culture wise. And I thought I'd add a little caveat. I thought because it's a little, sometimes there might not be not many news topics or stuff that we can't think of. So I thought I'd add a little bit more of what we're anticipating in terms of pop culture to come out in the future. And for me, that would definitely be Equalizer 3. I can't wait to see that film. I've definitely enjoyed the first two. I may see Gran Turismo tomorrow. I've heard good things about that. And I also heard that Sound of Freedom is coming out in the UK on the September the 1st. Now
Finally.
the question, exactly, finally. It's stupid that it's been so long since, American exclusivity, I guess.
At least you have a release date. Over here in France, we have fuck all.
yeah, exactly. I wonder why that is. The thing is, like, that movie, I've heard so much about it from the media, from YouTubers. Don't know if I want to watch it in cinema because it's a bit more downer. If it'd be more wise to watch it at home. But yeah, that's definitely on the radar. I think there's something. There's Equalizer 3, Sound of Freedom, and Gran Turismo. So those three films, I'm looking forward to. You also have. I also been reading the book. I'm blanking on its name. Way of the Wind, I think it's called. By Patrick Rothfuss. I'm getting into it. It's definitely good. My mate Shagsworth recommended it, and it's a pretty good read. It's a bit of a fantasy book, essentially, about an infamous wizard who's turned into an innkeeper, and he's kind of settled down, wants to retire, and this biographer goes to him and he tells his life story, and it's the author redrafts and redrafts his work, and he was apparently a poet, and it's really an engaging read. It's a bit of a slow start, but as you get through it, it does hook you in. So can't wait to get into that. Uninspired. Actually, I'll go with Mr. Burks. He's me. I'm our occasional co-host. You have privilege to go first. I'm just going clockwise for some reason. Let's go anti-clockwise. Mr. Bug, have you been looking forward to anything of consumed pop culture-wise?
Looking forward. Okay, well, mostly the stuff that will be coming out in the following months, is mostly just for curiosity and or content reasons. So like any of the new sludge from the current Marvel DC era stuff, that's something I want to check out just to see what the hell's going on. Out of morbid curiosity, the only thing that's I kind of want to see how this is going to go is Rebel Moon, just because the trailer because the trailer was pretty visuals, and but it's I want to see what this is going to be like. Could it be okay, or is it going to be like another Sucker Punch? I don't know. And what's beautiful about this is I don't have a dog in the race for this one. It's not like he's got an original property, an established property or anything. This is his own gig. Granted, it was a retooled Star Wars. Script.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
retooled Star Wars and Seven Samurai, basically.
I didn't know it was Samurai. Okay,
but yeah,
it's going to be 2 parts, right?
Yeah.
I think it's for the short, in between window. It's only a couple months in between both.
Yeah. Part 1 is releasing in December, and Part 2 is releasing in April, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how that'll play out. I've never seen a sequel release that close to the original.
Yeah, especially considering it seems as if the first movie is probably going to be about 2 or 2.5 hours, probably. Well, with the scope of the story that's going to be told, that you can see from the trailers.
Um, It's interesting because Zack Snyder doesn't have the best of reputation.
The problem with Snyder is the hardest thing is he does not he does not usually have someone to like rein him in and to keep him from like indulging in his like bigger problems. Like
Yeah, I think everyone needs that.
Yeah.
Someone to rein you in. I think that's the case with Oppenheimer over here. That I've got in the back, and actually, I'm pointing wrong here. That movie did not have any deleted scenes, and it shows.
yeah, like
It did not need to be 3 hours. Like, no one tells Christopher Nolan, maybe we could cut this scene a little shorter. No, it's Christopher Nolan. Who are you going to tell him to cut his movie? How dare you? And that might be the same thing with Zack Snyder. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem. Like, you didn't have that issue when it came to like 300 or Watchmen because you had someone to kind of like keep him on the path, and he kept pretty close to the material. Yeah, he tweaked a few things here and there with Watchmen, but they were good stuff. Sucker Punch, he had no one to hold him down. He went a little too crazy with it. The DC stuff, you could tell no one was holding his hand with that one. Like he just went off the rails, And Army of the Dead, that's the same thing. And of course, you couldn't even see half of it because he used an intentionally broken camera lens. It's like,
yeah,
oh,
he
so
decided
cool.
to be the cinematographer of his own movie. He fucked up.
Yeah, it's like it was so good. It's like it's broken in a way where it blurs out the background. It's like, dude, I can't even see the movie, dude. I look like I'm drunk. I look like I'm drunk watching this thing, man.
He bought the camera from eBay. It was an antique, and he's a what's it called? That's the French term that's for directors.
Cinephophile or something.
What?
No, I can't remember the word. Auteur, yes, auteur.
Oh,
Yes, he's that. He's a posh director, and he uses a camera antique to film it. Well, the film's like a piece of shit, then maybe don't use it.
I just think he needs help for his writing, to be honest, because direction.
Yeah, you can't let it. Don't ever let him cook in the writing room. Nope.
Oh, never. But like Rebel Moon, I think that he's alone on the writing side. Which, man, the trailer that came out is supposed to be the teaser. I've never seen a 3-minute teaser in my life. Which just means
not even Marvel movies these days do that. They're a little more tight-lipped.
Oh yeah. Oh look, cinematographer for Rebel Moon, Zack Snyder. Oh well.
I swear to God, I swear to God, if he uses that same broken camera lens, I'm gonna be annoyed, man.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, at least the girl from The Mummy, I guess she played that. She's hot.
Sophia.
What else did she play? What else did she play? I have no idea.
She was in Atomic Blonde, which was a good movie.
No one watched that.
It's actually legitimately a good movie. I would watch it. If you're into shit like John Wick, that is the perfect movie to watch.
Yeah, I recommend Atomic Blonde. It's good. It's good.
Okay. I heard of it.
She was in Kingsman. She was Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes,
oh, yeah,
yes,
she was
that's
the chick with the leg knives.
Yes, that's the big role that I was thinking of, and I could not remember. Yeah. Cree, anything you're looking forward to or consume pop culture wise?
Well, recently I did finally watch Temple of Doom and Last Crusade, and I really enjoyed them. I see why people view Temple of Doom as the weakest of the three, but I still think it's really good overall. I also saw Crystal Skull, which I despise.
Oh, okay.
I've been listening to the Stormlight Archive audiobooks, and I'm a few hours into the third book, and I'm really enjoying it. As for things that are upcoming, I've learned not to look forward to things that are coming out. I've been disappointed too many times, and I know there's no point in getting hype in anything. I am looking forward to Dune Part 2, though, which is coming out in November.
Well,
I'm so mad about that. I am so fucking mad about that.
It was delayed to March of next year.
End me now.
gets its IMAX theater slot.
As if anyone is going to go watch the Marvels in IMAX, which is like the biggest insult.
Uh, uh,
Just
So,
just
yeah.
about Rebel Moon. I can't say I'm looking forward to it, but seeing the trailer has caught my curiosity enough to be vaguely interested in checking it out. I hope it ends up being good. I have no expectations because that's the point I'm at with anything upcoming.
yeah.
You have to
Um,
you have to have a cautious like optimism at best. These things. It's like you can get a slightly bit excited, but you gotta temper it down because it's like there's always that chance you're gonna get punched in the dick.
This reminds me of my experience with Cyberpunk 2077. I was so looking forward to that game. It was like a matter of Polish pride. Well, it's Polish. Finally, we are going to be famous for something in the whole wide world, making it an absolute godsend of a game. We were so proud. Everyone was. We were so looking forward to it. Then they delayed it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. They delayed it again. I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's delayed it. That's annoying, but okay, fine. Then they finally released it because they, fell under the pressure. And good
Yeah, that
God,
was
it was all right. My controversial take. I don't think it's that controversial, but I think even if the game wasn't broken at launch, I'd still be unhappy with it because it was completely not what they advertised. You
Yeah.
could not customize your character at the launch of the game at all. It's just at the beginning, and you can't change it anymore.
Well, what was the
You
point of
couldn't
even
take
having
public
a
transport. You couldn't. So many promised features weren't in the game at all. It was just.
What was even the point of having a customizable character when the whole game takes place in first person? You only get like the ending cutscene to have it. It's like, what's the point? I spend like an hour tweaking and making the character look as how I want to play him, but I don't even get to see him.
Yeah.
Unless I go look in a mirror, and it's like, am I gonna have to do that every 2 seconds?
Yeah, and they've updated it now. You can customize it now. It's like 8 months too late, but
So it doesn't have a
whatever it
new
is.
like a new like DLC or something coming out soon.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. Maybe I'll launch it again, but who knows? I got it on the PS4, so that was particularly bad.
I'm all tuckered out on the Cyberpunk thing. I only jumped back into it after I watched Edge Runners, and I was like, I got to play it one more time just for like reasons, because it's like I want to kill Atom Smasher again just for vengeance purposes. And then as soon as I was done with that, I was like, okay, I'm good, and I just uninstalled the game.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I wasn't particularly attached to the story either. I thought like the dialogue tree and stuff like that was incredibly hollow when you think about it. I think EFAP did a dissection of it. Like, doesn't matter if you choose Corporal, doesn't matter if you choose whatever the street gang guide or the outsider kind of choice. It ultimately doesn't matter at all. It doesn't feel very meaningful. It feels just hollow, and there's several things I think they pointed out well in that game. And we've got a comment saying here like, True Pop, you guys made Dying Light 1 and 2. That's true, but we made something better, which is Witcher, with the Witcher games. And okay, the gameplay, okay, you get Roach stuck in all the time in the Witcher games, but the story and characters is so damn engaging that you just stick with the Witcher game and play through it all and spend.
I played the first 2 Witcher games for the first time ever. Just I think it was 6 months ago. I fucking enjoyed them, man. I sank so many hours into that. It's incredible.
Yeah. Too bad the show was terrible as well. That's another matter of national Polish pride. That bloody shit. Not Slavic in the slightest. Like, damn, I didn't know there were this many African people of African descent in Eastern Europe. Wow, who could have Faultless. Okay, not Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe inspired world. I'll say that.
Mhm.
All right, it's just doesn't match it at all. There's meant to be like basilisks, and those are literally European style creatures, and it's just
It's
the
supposed to
show.
match the world outside your window, True Paul.
No, yeah, Paul Haduka saying the show. No, I'm not playing Poland. I'm playing the show makers for not making it Polish. That was step one. Yeah, I could rave on about Witcher. Sorry, guys. But my point was that the Witcher's characters were absolutely great. The gameplay was meh, and I think if Cyberpunk did the same, if I was more so attached to the characters, I think I'd carry on playing. But I didn't feel that attached, to be honest.
It's
Yeah.
kind of it's
Hit
like
and miss.
Cyberpunk has some things that go well with it. Like the world
Yeah.
is really good. The world
Mhm.
building and the setting, it's all nice. The
Yeah,
aesthetics
definitely.
it's all good and stuff. There's a lot out there that's really good stuff to look into. Some characters are not that great. Some characters are like, ooh, I really like this. I'd rather be more focused on this than I am on that. And even as an example, like Edge Runners, like when they bring in like Adam Smasher, Adam Smasher's like way cooler as a character than he is in the game, because it's just like, oh, he's got like a little more personality, and you actually see him a lot more than like 2 seconds in the first game, where his first infamous line is, "You look like a kind of fuckable meat."
I haven't played the game, but I have seen Edge Runners, and he's a really cool character in Edge Runners.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting that you've seen that. Yeah, I've seen it too. Yeah, literally, like maybe copy paste the story. Like literally, all you needed was a great story, and what did people do? Go back straight into the game. Like literally, if you nail down the story, the gameplay won't bother people as much. Maybe, I don't know, just a hypothesis. But then again, they have made room to improvements to it. But I don't feel it's like I don't know.
The damage
too late.
is already done.
The damage is already done. Yeah. Uninspired.
Yes.
What have you consumed and are looking forward to?
I've been consuming a lot of horror lately because I'm a big horror fan, and I'm prepping for a recommendation list that I do every Halloween. So I've just been
Okay.
watching a lot of horror movies. So I've seen I don't know, some of the most notable ones are The Tunnel. It's like a found footage movie from 2011, Australian. And then another one that I watched last night was Afflicted, which was actually pretty cool and a fresh take on vampirism, which I hadn't experienced in a while, which I liked because it was also found footage, and you never really see any found footage vampire stuff except maybe like What We Do in the Shadows, which is a pretty good like mockumentary. And in terms of what I'm looking forward to, I'm surprised none of you guys mentioned Godzilla -1 because I'm waiting for Godzilla.
Yeah. I see the trailer for that. That looks fascinating. Don't remember when a Japan studio made a Godzilla movie. What was the last one?
A couple of
Shin.
years
I have no
ago.
idea.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla, I think it was.
Hmm.
Then, the next one I'm looking forward to is The Creator by Gareth Edwards, I think. You know,
I've
the one
heard of
with,
that.
I think it's Denzel's son.
See, when I was listing off movies, I was like, there's a fourth one that I forgot about. That's the fourth one.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great on a $90 million budget, to be honest. Considering, like, we have $200 million budgets from Marvel that basically look like fucking garbage. That's the only way to define it, to be honest.
Hey,
And then,
Dune and Creator, they're doing something with their budget. I mean, other studios need to take notes. I don't know.
I think it's just the fact of giving them time, to make the actual product and not changing everything last minute, which helps. Then, the final one would probably be Exorcist Believer for me.
Okay.
I'm
Cautiously
not really
optimistic?
cautiously
Okay.
optimistic. Yeah, because I don't know, man. You have the Exorcist name behind you, which means that you have to pack a punch. And
Did you watch the Pope's Exorcist?
yeah, I did. I kind of liked it. It was stupidly fun.
Very stupid. I like the beginning, the ending is just like, wait, they're doing Avengers style.
Basically, yeah.
The church. Let's assemble a team. And it's just like, I'm like,
I
oh,
need
it's
to see
great.
this
God.
movie now.
But the end is basically, oh yeah, we have different cases around the world. We've now built our society. Let's just go. It's like a complete business now. Like fuck it, yeah, let's do sequels.
On my last stream, I definitely said Christianity is not magic. Just don't stop, please. No, it's just no. Hollywood doesn't understand. I guess if you're gonna do it, at least make it. I don't know, some sort of sense. You know, I don't know. It's just some rules. You know, not just that the
I
devil
don't
can
know,
throw you
man.
around and stuff like that. Just let's lay down some ground rules as to what the magic can be, because it just seems bloody random and whatever the scene needs it to be. But no, they don't have anything
I
like
mean,
that.
every exorcism movie is basically just okay. The demon needs to throw this person around. What power should we give him? Anything. Teleportation. Let's give him teleportation. Does he
Uh-huh.
use teleportation later in the movie? No. Fuck it. We just need the scene to happen, man. We need to scare
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, this is one of those annoying things where it's just like they give him all these abilities and it's like are you gonna use that? You know, it's like no.
Yeah.
It's like really? Like come on, man.
That's my
How
favorite
do you
writing style. Introduce overpowered abilities once and never use them again when you absolutely would.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the most powerful being ever that you've seen can be defeated by salt. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Willpower as well. Yes, strong
yeah.
willpower and you've
Don't
tried that
forget-
like 50 times. What makes you think it'll work the fourth time? It's just
It's because we're in the third act. It has to work. There we go.
literally Jesus just spoke and the freaking devil's just gone away. Why can't you just show the cross and I don't know, it's done.
And don't forget, you just have to know the name of the demon and it's defeated. That's basically it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just one long extended like I gotta look through the demon phone book here. It's like okay,
Yeah.
is it Beelzebub, Samael, is it Jerry? Jerry with an eye? Like no.
Out of curiosity, have any of you seen the trailer for the new Exorcist movie that's coming up where the two girls get possessed?
Oh yeah, it looks like trash, man.
It looks
Yeah,
so
no, I'm
bad.
not into that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm being like cautiously optimistic because there's been so many exorcism movies since the original Exorcist, and like it's the most overplayed subgenre of horror, like you know, exorcism type movies, to the
Mhm.
point where I don't know, this one has to do something very different or very unique to make it stand out and to deserve that Exorcist title, or else
Yeah.
it's just another random ass fucking horror movie with two little girls getting possessed.
Yeah. But possessions and stuff like that, it's always kind of lame. But I have heard of one good one that's Talk to Me. I think
Oh,
it's called
Talk
the
to
one
Me
with
is
Oh,
the
yeah,
fucking
the
fantastic.
one.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you should watch it in cinemas if you can. It's really good.
Mm,
I've seen
I'm
it.
not. I'm
I've
not
seen it
good
3
with horror
times, man.
movies. Not good with horror movies.
That's
I
what
need
it's
to
out
watch
right
it.
now.
Yeah,
I think it's out right now.
Yeah, it's been out for like a month. I've seen it 3 times already. The first time I went to see it, we were actually 2 people in a 270 seat theater. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I might have to
I
check
don't-
it out if it's good.
Oh, it is. It is. Honestly, I recommend it with the flying colors. It's probably my favorite horror movie of the year. It's a really, really good story, and the scares
Mhm.
are incredible too. Pure recommendation
Mhm.
from me, 100%.
All
Mhm.
right.
I'm a little more into like I'm not really too big on like the current horrors like jump scare central. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm too
Me
into that old classics like cheesy slasher stuff. Like give me a Friday the 13th or a Scream, you know, and I'll call it a day on that one.
I'm not into that either. But hey, everyone has
man.
it.
You
Hey,
should you should get into like random ass like slasher
thing is,
movies, man. They're funny
like-
as fuck.
The thing is, like, in film school, right? I pitched like an idea of like, okay, there's these two priests, and they're in like this haunted demonic house essentially, and they have these nightmares. Blah, blah, blah. And my mate just told me, "Troop up, you have a very dark mind." I'm like, I do, because he's kind of also like very religiously kind of.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider myself really religiously, but somewhat religiously. And I was like, I do, but it's just like I have been told that I like, Troop Up, you have like this grotesque things, you like zombies and stuff like that. But when I watch actual horror, I don't deal with it well. Like stuff like I don't know, Aliens, Predator. I like when
Yeah.
horror is mixed in with something. But just horror that's a little hard to digest. But
Man,
if
I've
it's
been
good, I can
digesting
live with it.
horror, like absolute gore horror, the worst type of horror possible since I was like 11 years old. So
Oh, wow.
my mind is completely like I will give you the most horrendous premises for movies that you would imagine. You'd look at me weirdly after.
Okay. Okay. Hopefully you don't get the horror genre on the wheels as we do the
Ooh,
final segment.
yeah, I'd get you demonetized.
Okay. I think everyone's had a turn of saying what they're excited about, so I suggest we'll get on with the next segment. Okay, this week's news. A bit of a sad one to start off with.
Oh no, they
I don't know.
canceled Snow White?
Oh,
Oh, I'm
man.
heartbroken.
Redone.
Uh, Unfortunately, actual sad news. The voice actress for Harley Quinn, Aline Sorkin, has passed away at the age of 67. To my
Yeah.
surprise, I looked at her voice acting history. She did way more than just the Batman animated series. She was even in the Arkham Asylum game, to my surprise, and many
Yeah,
other
she did the
animated
first
Justice
one.
League films. Yeah. And she was in many other animated DC films. Bug, I don't know if you know any of them on the top of your head. What exactly did she do apart from Batman animated series? But yeah, she did a lot of Harley Quinn voice acting as well after that show.
Yeah, and the thing was, since Harley was not a comic book first character, she was originally made for the show, and it was actually based heavily off of like Arlene like doing this role that she did at a stage play where she dressed up kind of like a clown, and a lot of Harley's characteristics were based off of that. So Arlene was very much the birthplace where you got Harley, not just in the voice, but a lot of the characteristics that we've got from her. Like she gave this character life.
Yeah,
And it's a damn shame. Like after Conroy, it's just like, oh.
yeah. How did she pass away? We don't know yet. I'm pretty sure this news came out just yesterday, so
Yeah,
it's
yesterday.
gonna be ongoing. So I'm sure we'll find out. Hopefully, it's not something of the last few days that requires a medicinal kind of thing. I'm not going to mention specifics. Hopefully, it wasn't that. But I have heard of people passing away because of it.
Oh, well, I looked online, so they said that it's complications related to lung cancer.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
So, yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obligatory fuck cancer.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Fuck cancer. All my homies hate cancer, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely rest in peace. And the fact that she voiced Harley in Arkham Asylum is surprising to me because Harley is kind of a really young voice, and she was in her 60s now. She must have been at least like early 50s back when she
Yeah.
was voicing
Well,
the game. And she sounds so young.
Asylum was like about 14 years ago, so she was about 50s.
Yeah. So good on her for sounding like really young. Essentially, I would have never
Yeah,
guessed.
I think she was out of retirement, or she was in the middle of like retired from doing that Harley gig for a while, and then they got her to do one more
Cool.
for Asylum, and then that was kind of it. And
Okay.
then they moved on to the new chick that they got which was Tara Strong, and she does a
Mhm.
good job. But obviously, it's kind of like you can't really. It's like you got the legend Arlene, and then you got Tara. So it's like you can't really.
Yeah, it's like replacing Kevin Conroy essentially, but
Yeah, like Tara is a legend in her own right, but it's the character itself, and Arlene made the character. That's the thing.
hmm Yeah, so that's a bit of a pain in the gut. Essentially, it's sad to see Batman animated series voice actors pass away. I've heard numerous good things about the show. I have not watched it in its entirety yet.
Oh,
Don't
same.
crucify me, chat. Don't. I've only watched the first episode and then I dropped it. So
Oh, come on, man.
You didn't even watch.
Yeah.
You haven't even watched the Mr. Freeze episode.
no,
Oh,
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
you
Okay,
need to at least watch the Mr. Freeze episode.
okay. There was this clip on Twitter, right, of Batman fighting this. I think she was a midget. So this baby doll.
Oh,
I already like this fight.
And on the surface of it, what the hell is going on? And it was this evil little villainess, essentially. And she looked at herself in the mirror, and she was all grown up, essentially. And, you can see these crazy Batman villains, they're all mentally ill people, but there's kind of a tragedy in them, and Batman kind of helps them in a way. And I was just like, why is that not incorporated in modern Batman comics as well?
Batman helps them in a way. You mean he just beats them up and sends them to
Well,
the
Other,
asylum?
other than them just
That's
punching
the
them,
thing.
like providing some kind of solace, essentially.
There-
Obviously, you can't do it for all of them, but
Yeah,
some,
it,
like,
it happens.
the show has
it's
that kind
just
of depth.
Not often enough, especially these days. Because
Mhm.
a lot of these
I-
days, a lot of creators like try to
Mhm.
do other stupid things, or they try to demonize Batman, say he's
Mhm.
bad for X, Y, or Z. But in reality, it's like Batman actually wants to like help a lot of these people since they're just
exactly.
they're
'Cause
tragic, they're messed up. But
Yeah.
it's not in a realm of you're damaged, so you're excused from the crime. It's like no, you gotta
No,
answer for what you did, but
Mhm.
hey, I understand you're hurt, so let me help you.
Yeah. And Batman, out of all the people, should understand him. He's as equally messed up as well. And it's so fascinating for, this big, scary guy with a bat cowl, essentially, hugging this baby doll villain, essentially, and, taking her into custody, and it's really heartwarming in a way, like wholesome, like, damn, they should write more stuff like this, essentially, with modern day comics. I don't know why. I'm kind of understanding slowly why the show might be popular, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching for it. Essentially, I'll get to it. I will get to it.
Also, like there was another scene. There's an episode where Batman is like hanging out with Harley, and they're like trying to do a case or something, and she's going like, "Hey, you hanged out with me all day. You like even after all the stuff I did. It's like, why did you do that?" And he's like, "Hey, I've had a bad day too. I've had rough issues. I understand how it feels. It was a nice like moment between the two characters.
Yeah, this happened. I'm pretty sure with Harley as well. As she was in the show, at least. Not always Harley. I think she was at some point somewhat sane. Am I wrong?
Well, she had her. Obviously, she started out pretty sane, but then when she got to the Joker, it kind of fell for the act and fell head over heels. And then she had her moments where she was like, kind of broke out of Joker's little enthrallment. It was kind of working either for herself or she was kind of like running around with Ivy, which depending on who you ask, is maybe slightly less toxic than Joker. I don't know. That's a whole minefield you don't want to get into. Trust me. But
I mean, we all know how the lesbian relationships go. So,
well, higher rate in domestic abuse.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying any offense to the lesbians. We guys love lesbians, so no offense. So Yeah. Sorry, but carry on.
But yeah, she has her moments, and then depending on certain books, they'll give it to like where she'll break out of Joker's grasp and like be doing her own thing or whatnot. And the question of her being sane, I think it like reaches certain points like after she becomes like Joker's like right hand. The sanity is like never a thing. It's just a matter of okay, how like head over heels for the Joker is she in? Like how much is that Stockholm syndrome like wife beating like a mentality stuck in her head at that point? That's the only like question you get. You know?
Mhm.
Oh,
Definitely.
the issue, like the thing I've always had about Harley Quinn is that she knows how to fight, but wasn't she basically just a psychiatrist or something? So I don't know if they've ever shown her learning how to fight and all of that stuff. That's always just something that's been jarring to me for her character. Although, it's just a small issue.
I think like the what they've done was like she's like a brilliant psychiatrist, but she's also like a good like Olympic level gymnast, which like explains like her
Yeah.
acrobatics and why she's always flipping around. Now in terms of
Mhm.
fighting, I don't know about that. Like she just can,
You
I
just have.
guess.
Usually, she just have guns. You know that usually is it.
Yeah,
Um,
guns or a giant mallet, which can
mhm.
get the job
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, okay, so moving on to some even more painful news, I suspect, for Creetosis. Um,
Mm.
sorry, buddy, but
Oh
we kind of have
God!
to
I
talk
thought you were
about it.
going on the Dune. Oh God!
No, it's even worse.
It is
Uh,
even worse.
this has been a somewhat controversial image because they used AI art for this background here.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah, and people have been blabbing on about it all day in the comments below. So,
Hmm.
whoop, whoop. Well, that's not a good start,
How can we
promoting your
Yeah,
tell?
Photoshop.
well, Disney
I th-
found that out the hard way with Secret Invasion.
I think, I don't
you
know.
you can you
Good
can tell with
question.
the
How you can tell?
car.
I mean, the
Yeah, some
internet
of the
always knows. Yeah.
The cars are weird.
yeah the
Mm.
cars are weird. I can't tell if that's just like genuinely a bad artist or if it actually is AI.
Might be, yeah. I definitely see why it would be. I think there's probably someone who can explain it better than I. I mean,
But
the
how
internet
did they
always
know
knows.
that it was AI? That's the thing.
Mm.
It's like, did they? I don't know. Did Prime just say, "Yeah, we made this with AI," knowing that they'd get backlash?
That wouldn't surprise me either. I don't know how
I,
the internet can
I
figure it
could
out, but
definitely see some things you could point at that look weird, like that red car in the front, that red fin
Mm-hmm.
on it. That looks like it could either be like, well, for some reason, a red fin
yeah,
on the roof of the car or a sign in the background. I can't tell.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
red
the
car
The
has
red
two
car's
front
two front.
ends.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I kind of see that now at the back. That almost looks like, oh god.
Even the
Yeah.
brown cars later in front, they have like extra sides,
Yeah,
basically.
that
Yeah,
that looks weird. Um, keep going with this, Bethesda. This is a good move, especially after Secret Invasion.
Now,
Keep going in this direction.
now,
People will love it. Trust me.
okay. So I double checked who's behind this. And I looked
Isn't it
into it.
Amazon?
Yeah, it is Amazon Prime Video, and they did made Lord of the Rings, but what I checked out here is Lisa Joy. So she did Westworld and a bunch of other shit. I watched Reminiscence. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, but Westworld
So
sucked ass after like season
yes,
2.
exactly.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's bad. But Jonathan Nolan is also involved. The guy knows how to write, but he
Mm.
also did Westworld, which is a kind of like a third on here. Like these Prestige, Dark Knight, Interstellar. Just
He
okay.
wrote
Maybe
them with his brother, so
okay. You know what? Interstellar, maybe not so much, but Dark Knight, Prestige. Those are two diamonds in the rough here.
Mm.
So it might be good, it might be bad. Is my point? Is what I'm looking here, and we've only got essentially, directed by Jonathan Nolan and writing credits. So
I want to mention, I have heard that there's heavy involvement from Bethesda in this show too.
okay,
And
is that a good thing or
it-
a bad thing?
that's a bad thing. They're not the
Oh,
original
oh,
owners
wow.
of the franchise, and I don't want to make this too games political, but they have not treated the franchise well since they've taken ownership of it. They have.
I know.
I view it as a
Make it games
parallel to
political.
what Disney has done to Star Wars.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, at least like the set photos are looking pretty good. It looks like they've put a lot of money behind the production value, the visuals. But
Yeah,
the
I
most
can agree with
important is
that.
always the script, man. The script is the most important. But at least
Absolutely.
visually, it might be pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot
Definitely.
of the pictures I've seen have looked good, except for that AI one.
Yeah.
But like the actual sets, like you said, they do look pretty decent. I'm fine with those. My main concern is the story, especially since it's taking place in the West Coast. That's
Mhm.
an area of the lore that Bethesda hasn't really screwed with too much, and now they are, and I'm concerned about what they're going to do to it. Because from what I've heard too, this is supposed to be canon with the games. So
Oh dear.
Whoops.
yeah, I'm very concerned.
I get Netflix
listen.
Resident Evil vibes now. Because remember, that was supposed to be like this. Oh, the games took place as well as the show, even though, like, well, I'm sorry, but Black Arnold Wesker doesn't make much sense in this universe.
Wait. Lance Riddick was the guy, blonde Yahtzee guy. What? What do you mean? By
Yeah, that's what they wanted. They tried to say, like, oh, the events of the games happen in the show, and it's like, well, that doesn't make much sense because what, like, your Wesker doesn't look like Wesker.
no.
He looks more like Blade.
He did.
No, I'm not joking. Like, you look it up. He looks like he was cosplaying as Wesley Snipes' Blade.
Hey, I'd take that. All right, Lance Riddick was the bomb. All right, he'd be a good Blade if that's what they were going for.
Oh yeah, a comment to chat just reminded me they're going to be Wacky Wasteland Adventure. That is one of the things they said. That's one of the earliest things that came out about the Fallout show is that it's going to be like Gonzo Crazy Weird, which is like that's the silly side reference stuff in these games. That's not the core of what the games are. So since they're leaning on that for like one of the first things they're saying about the show, that gives me a lot of concern about the quality of it.
I feel like that's sort of like almost a default at this point. It's like, oh, end of the world. Like, oh, let's go wacky. It's like, okay.
Well, it's the perfect defense because you have that whole, it's kind of become a meme, but the Stormtrooper bumped his head in 1977.
Oh, God.
So it's an excuse to write any dumb thing you see off as, well, it's a silly world where silly things happen. So, like, this thing you're complaining about it's silly that you're taking issue with it. It's
God,
really
I've had so much of that with the Tumblr Superman show. Like, they'll try to go like, oh, it's a show made for kids. No, it ain't. It's on Adult Swim. It ain't made for kids at that point. Like, it's on the same show that Family Guy used to be on, okay? Where like horrible things would happen to all the characters there. You can't tell me it's made for kids. Like, you're getting so mad over a TV show. Well, you're getting mad that I'm talking about it, so shut
up. Okay, we're gonna pile on to Creetosis' pain here, and now talk about the delay of Dune 2. Hey, I thought I'd throw that Fallout news in because I was kind of interested in how badly they messed it up. Yeah. Because Amazon, they can buy almost anything. They want to do like the richest things as well. So I'm just like wondering, like, how is this going to go, especially with the God of War show? It's going to be on Prime.
Oh God, I forgot about that, man.
Yeah, and it's gonna
bullshit.
It's gonna be Wheel of Time showrunner.
Oh no! Oh, it is dead on arrival.
Yeah,
I made a video about it. Chat, you can look it up. Essentially, it's on the channel. I made a short reaction to that. Essentially, the guy also made the Uncharted movie. So,
no, I mean,
I have not watched Uncharted, but from everything that I've seen of it, I do not like it one bit. I don't like the casting. I don't like
No, it's
I don't
trash,
know what
man.
it's just
There's
oh
some fun action scenes, but
mhm.
that's about it. It's wrapped around a shitty story.
No, it's just Uncharted, man. I love those games. No, I'm not going. I'm not even going to bother watching it. Just like with Matrix regurgitations.
Oh, fuck that.
I'm not going to bother watching Uncharted. It's just gonna annoy me. Chat, if you'd like to see me review Uncharted and stuff,
Just, just do
let me know.
live reaction, man, of you
Uh-huh.
watching the movie.
Yeah, just that'd be
But
painful.
for God of War, I'm surprised that they're trying to do it in live action. I wonder why they don't try and do
Yeah,
an animated like TV
yeah.
show or something, you know?
I
That
think there's a reason for that. It's because a
yeah.
lot of these clowns just don't see animation as like an actual
Mhm.
legitimate form of
Oh, it's for
media.
kids, you know.
Yes,
That's the mindset, and you'll only get like those rare few exceptions, like Invincible, Arcane, or
Arcane,
whatever.
yeah.
It's like you'll get that stuff because it's made by people who don't view animation as just for kids. They view it as, hey, this is a form of storytelling that you could do.
Mhm.
Like you either get that or you'll get like someone like Seth Rogen who like turns it into a raunch fest. You
Mhm.
get those Rick and Morty motherfuckers. That's the two camps you're stuck with. It's for
Yeah.
kids or it's for the raunchy people that want to be like, oh,
Um,
the cartoon said slurs and cuss words.
Oh my
yeah, yeah.
god.
Good question here from Greisel. Apparently, for some stupid reason, it's gonna be the Viking era, 2018. I'm like,
Well, I don't think
what?
it's for a stupid reason. It's just
No,
because it's more popular because it's
no,
relevant, you
no.
know?
You should start the show at the Greek era. That makes the most sense because then you're just like, wait, who is this Kratos? What is his backstory essentially? And we kind of watched 2018 with this whole more understanding of what he is, why the way he is, essentially. And it's much more fun when you have the context, essentially. You
Yeah, and
start from
that's
the
the
beginning. That would be, I don't know, the simplest way to do it. And,
I
that's the thing. It's not only just its popularity, but it's also like they can because like 20 the Viking era stuff is like that's what they think is like, oh, this is an actual character. The Greek era was just a screaming
uh,
punching bag. That's all he was doing. Like you can't make a story off that, which like you could if you had good writing. Like it would be like an actual God of War series would be good if you actually started off with the screaming, like, vengeful Kratos that's just
mhm.
going Ares,
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
screaming at
That'd
the
be
top
more
of his
entertaining.
lungs.
And
Yeah,
that'd be
screaming
hard to
the
mess up as well. It's simple, you know?
Yeah.
Violent,
this
Game of Thrones,
rage-filled
nudity, and
monster that just wants to
blood, guts, gore, all that stuff. And then
like
you
you
get the
can,
Viking era more somber, more serious, essentially, more reflective. You know, there's a way you could do this, but nope. Let's get straight to the most popular thing, most current, trendy, and bloody, bloody, blah. And it's just
Well,
like
I
that. You're
think
no fun.
it's also the fact that the 2018 and the most recent God of War games are already cinematic experiences, which means that the thing is that you can use the original games
Mhm.
and build and give them that cinematic experience that is lacking in comparison to what we have today. And
Yeah.
for the God of War games that are today, it's like, come on, a lot of games are already incredibly cinematic. They have a lot of cutscenes, everything's very interactive. And I don't know, I
yeah,
just
there's
think
a
it's a
reason for
missed
that.
opportunity. Yeah. I think it's a missed opportunity to expand on something and just make it greater in a different using a different medium to tell that
Hmm.
story.
Well, not just
Yeah.
that, you would have the great character progression from Angry Rage Kratos to the 2018 era Kratos, where
Hmm.
you get to see him develop over the seasons. Like, if you say you have a 5 or 6 season series going from the original game to Ragnarok, like, you'd be able to see that character development through the years. And,
Yep.
like, it would just be so much more impactful with all that weight behind it once you reach those. Big moments. I haven't seen much of 2018, but I have seen full playthroughs of the first 3 games, and I've had pretty much all of Ragnarok spoiled for me. So, like,
Yeah,
those
yeah, because
character moments of him growing would be so much more impactful.
yeah,
Mhm.
it'd be more impactful because you've seen what he is. It
Mhm.
works with the games because it's like, okay, especially if you play the games, it's like, all right, you've seen him fuck around. Now you're seeing him like going like, yeah, I found out the hard way, the consequences of my actions and all these things.
I fucked
And
around and found out.
yeah, like it's like, boy, I've done some things that I was not quite proud of. I've killed a lot of people that deserved it, and I've killed a lot of people that quite were not deserving of it. I did some things, and I want you to not be like me, kid, because
Mhm.
like, sure, there were some fun moments. I got to
And
fuck
what-
Aphrodite in a mini game, but
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like, what you're gonna do it in flashback? The Greek stuff is just like,
it
Yeah,
doesn't.
I
It,
feel
it doesn't have that same effect because then when you do flashbacks, it's gonna be like, well, just, where it's gonna go. Like,
Mhm.
who do you think you
A
are?
bit
You're
jarring.
not Arrow. You're not the early seasons of Arrow where things had some weight and impact to it. It just don't work.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Cree,
feel
what were you
like
gonna say?
relegating his the Greek era to flashbacks is a huge misstep.
Yeah,
It's just
But
doing
yeah.
it
Show
to
feels like a whole
disservice.
misstep.
yep. But yeah. Apparently, I covered this on the previous show with Capital Opinions. There's gonna be another game. PlayStation, Sony have recently published a job posting of they're looking for a combat designer that has immense knowledge of the last two games, and
Oh
that
yeah,
suggests that
the supposed next God of War game.
yeah, and it's just like give me Kratos in Egypt slaughtering some gods, and maybe then go to Jesus.
Like, that was the
Only
thing
to
they
be
were
forgiven
teasing
for his
up in the
sins,
first
you know?
one. Like, there was like, hey, here's all these other pantheons, and like that was what the
Mm.
theory was, And
Yeah,
while I liked Ragnarok for what it was,
but to be honest,
it's also
he's
like, hey, I would have liked to have seen Kratos punch like a giant snake in the face, or do some crazy shit with some like Japanese gods. Do some stuff with like gods people don't know of.
Mm. Oh, the monkey god with the
Oh,
stick.
yeah.
Oh, you
the
could
Monkey
go.
Prince.
Yeah, I'm forgetting the name.
I think it's
Completely
literally
forgetting it.
Monkey Prince.
Monkey King, right?
Oh
Monkey
yeah,
King.
might be Monkey King.
Wu Kang, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. There was a game about it as well.
Wulong.
Oh, the
maybe?
Song Wukong or something like that.
Yeah. So that'd be cool. Yeah, you could Chinese dragons as well versus Kratos. Oh, there's so many things you could. But he's kind of over his god fighting phase, and he's getting old. All the games have been emphasizing that he's getting old, and I'm just like,
Well,
I don't
we'll
think
follow
he has it
Atreus
in him.
now.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
don't
we'll
want to
do.
play a game with Atreus. I want to be Kratos
Same.
and slaughter some gods,
the Atreus sections were pretty bad. I was like, "Ugh."
And the Agrabodal scenes are just like,
That was
skip.
my least favorite scene of having to play. It's like that was a whole like hour and a half. I'm just like, dude, I'm tired. Can I like not do this? I'm like trying to like quick it up. It's like you're too slow. I don't like you. You're the worst. You're like my least favorite character. Okay, I liked Heimdall more than I liked you, and he was a shit.
Yeah, actually, there's some depth to Heimdall if you look into it, but yeah, definitely. Anyway, from that God of War tangent, hopefully they do some Egypt, and maybe they include Jesus for him to, I don't know, forgive him for all his sins.
Yeah, of course they'd want Jesus. They would love to punch Jesus in the face.
He just turned the other cheek, but
No, they'd probably do
So-
something like the cool thing they like to do with like angels
No.
and demons and stuff. They'll make the demons the actual good guys and the angels are like assholes.
no.
Oh.
They'd probably turn Jesus into like kind of too much of a hippie. It would be my suspicion.
Yeah, he'll be just
if anything.
Kratos just
I
finds
think-
him like smoking a bong. Just going, you want to hear about this?
Oh no, they're gonna have him be voiced by Seth Rogen.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God.
The thing is, I think they'd be respectful if they ever did Jesus, but I think they'd turn him into a bit too peaceful. Jesus, he did get angry. Okay, all right. It wasn't that much of a hippie. So
Yeah, and I bet you like the
Uh,
banter between Kratos and Jesus would be cool. Jesus would be like, "Oh, forgive them." Kratos just kills the dude. He's like, "Forgiven." Boom. All right, cool.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, we're talking about or about to talk about Dune 2 being delayed. We touched on that a little bit in the beginning of the show. Uh, so yeah, Marvel's has a lot big of a chance to make money now. So thanks WB.
What
And
a stupid decision by Warner Bros.
with this decision, Aquaman has not been delayed. It's staying with its release date. It's not had any trailers whatsoever. So it's kind of like, huh? It's kind of like they want this movie to make money, and they don't give a shit about this one whether it loses or not. Just put it out there, you know.
Well,
Whatever.
yeah.
I think it's because the higher ups of Warner Bros. Are accepting the fact that this movie has everything
lost.
going against it. It's
Yeah.
a movie that belongs to a universe no one cares about anymore. That's already done. It's like, who
Exactly.
cares about this? Because Gunn is already around the corner making his stuff. So it's like, it does not connect to that at all. It's got Amber Heard in it potentially, from what I've heard. So it's like, no one wants to watch that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the main issue is that it's beneficial for them to keep it in this slot and to not delay it, because that means that if you delay this, then all of Gunn's stuff there will be because I think next year, so after Aquaman, I think that we're done with anything in terms of the original like DC stuff, Snyder
Yeah, I think this
stuff.
is the last one.
Exactly, which would mean that the entire year of 2024, you won't have any movies on DC, which is basically good for the audience because it's like a clean slate. You know, you'll have that time to process and be like, when Superman Legacy drops in 2025, you can consider it the new universe, basically. So, and plus, I'd say that the money that they lose off Aquaman is probably what they're trying to recuperate off Dune, which is why they'd push it farther than Aquaman. But I don't know, man. Warner Bros. Is in the shitter anyway because they're losing money.
Yeah. We had a comment saying that they think it's because it's the writer's strike, and you're exactly spot on. It is because of the writer's strike. They recently, the writers met with the board of whatever big heads. I think it was Bob Iger, the new head of WB that I'm blanking, David Zaslav and stuff like that, and Netflix
Peter
boss as well.
Safran.
Now, from what I read on Twitter, Twitter is very much so with the writer's strike, so they might be a bit little biased, but apparently they're asking for like a 0.18% wage raise, and the guys essentially said
They don't
no.
deserve it.
I
don't care. I don't care if any of you so-called struggling writers. Okay.
And I'm reading that
I've
there,
seen
you know.
Cowboy Bebop. I've seen the clips. Going to the ouch, motherfucker. Fuck you. You deserve to starve for that line. You can eat cat food for a year.
okay. I both agree and disagree with that. I agree that they don't deserve it, but I disagree in the fact that they should ask for a fucking 500% raise. So this just drags out as long as humanly possible.
Well, I think the big issue is the fact that they're asking for residuals and that the residuals aren't big enough. So, you know, out of the AI stuff. And the issue why the residuals aren't big enough, this is like my theory, is that a lot of the residuals that they're getting are from streaming services and the stuff that's on streaming services. And we know that streaming isn't really like a profitable thing, so, which is the reason why the residuals are so poor. And the reason why they're probably dragging this out is because if you have to prove why the residuals are so low, then you have to give the actual money that you're making off streaming, which is probably way
That's real
less.
numbers.
Exactly, which is way less than what they're actually telling investors. So I'm sure that if this actually happens and they have to give out the real numbers, then they could probably get sued by investors for relying on the numbers, which is a whole other can of worms for the industry.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, well, those residuals don't really do a whole lot in the end because I mean, considering they canned Willow after 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they are selling like multiple shows as well. Like I don't know if you guys heard about Spiderwick Chronicles. I read that as a kid, 1 or 2 books.
I've seen the
Watched the
movie.
show. Yeah, I've seen the movie as well. And yeah, they're pre-made show, all done, all filmed, all edited. They're selling it off to other studios.
Well,
Like,
yeah, because
I don't know what says about losing money. They're releasing The Mandalorian, WandaVision on DVDs. I just
Yeah.
thought
Well,
that's funny.
that
Like,
one,
huh?
that one they had to do because when they first revealed the WandaVision one, it did not include any like actual disc. It was just a case, and people like gave them shit for that. And they were like, okay.
what the fuck?
Yeah. They were like, okay, we're sorry, we'll
Yeah.
release actual physical stuff, and it's also a way to like recoup some cash because
Well, yeah,
Hmm.
well, that's the issue is that you have them basically giving. I don't think they're outright selling their properties, but they're giving the distribution rights to other things, which is why streaming was incredibly profitable when it was only Netflix, because you'd basically just sell the licensing, basically. But now it's more expensive to license and put it on your own streaming service rather than just give it out to someone to put on their streaming service, which is what they're learning the hard way, and it's much more profitable that way. So and that's why Disney Plus is actually like losing so much. HBO, I don't even know, Max HBO. What a fucking stupid rename, man.
well, yeah, they're going with these new models, especially with their like giving like ad tier
Yeah.
things. It's because they're trying to recreate cable because they make more money off the advertisers that put those ads on there than they do from any of us schmucks that actually pay for this.
Yeah. I know the best streaming service there is. EHAR. My hunkies.
Yee. I know a guy called Captain Jack Sparrow. He has an impressive library of content I can watch.
I think
Mhm.
that's me, man. That's me. My
Yeah,
alter ego.
so, we were talking about God of War before. I'm bad with switching these tabs. I should like keep the game stuff, together, and then the film stuff. I should keep it somewhat together. But
Fuck it.
I-
Organized chaos, man.
Are you guys excited for The Last of Us Season 2?
I wasn't excited for season 1. Dude,
Yes.
as soon as I saw like that, it's like after Last of Us 2, I was like, no, I'm not interested. And as from what I've heard and from the stuff I've seen, I'm glad I didn't watch it. You'll see Mahler and the crew like they're like, oh, it's actually okay. It's like, no, it ain't. It's just shit. Okay, when you change like drastic things about it, like with freaking Bill and Frank, it's just like, no, you're changing drastic things because you want to play. I want to trick people into watching a gay love story. It's like you're tricking adults to watch it. It's like, what?
I actually like. It's weird because I like the show. But I liked it when it first came out because I was watching it every week, and that first episode really sold me because it's basically the game, but it expands Joel's daughter more in that intro, and it's just so good. But then progressively, I was like, I don't know if this can hold its own if you've not like if you've basically experienced the game and you're watching the TV show, then you'd say that the TV show is great. But if you haven't experienced the game at all and you watch the TV show, a lot of people that have done that I know of say that it's incredibly mediocre. And I rewatched it a second time and I agree with them. I think that the show is mediocre season 1.
I mean, the thing is, I always have the first game remastered, not the remake, because they kind of look ugly to me in the remake. I don't know why. Joe just looks 1,000 a year older for some reason, and the I can't remember her
Tess.
partner. Yeah, she looks like 50.
Yeah, she
in
does.
that remake. She looks a lot younger in the other one, and I still have the game. What's for me? My approach is, what's the point of this show? Pedro Pascal, what? He'd be like 11th place on my casting list. Like number one would be Hugh Jackman to cast, but I guess maybe they couldn't
Yeah, well,
afford
there's the
him.
thing about
But,
that.
you know.
Pedro Pascal is the new it guy. That like he's the new shiny thing they want to parade around. So they'll put him in like everything. You know,
So
there was always those
yeah.
phases where they'll try to they'll get one actor that did like one movie that was okay, and then they'll just throw him in like literally everything. Okay.
Yeah. So
What-
the thing is, like, I'll always prefer the game, you know, at the end of the day. And that's kind of my approach to it. I don't care if it's a masterpiece or whatever. Let it be a masterpiece. I just prefer the game, you know. But I am incredibly interested in season 2 to see if they'll change anything. Neil Druckmann says no, we will not change anything. But I think Crazy Manson is like, you might want to change some stuff, Neil. Neil, we might want to change some stuff.
We're going back to that Zack Snyder holding him back thing. It's like Greg is probably telling Neil, it's like, dude, you do realize if we kill Pedro Pascal off this freaking early,
In the first episode,
first episode, no one's gonna watch the damn show. He's literally the only reason people want to watch this. No one gives a shit about the other chick from Game of Thrones in here because it's not even the one people like.
Mm-hmm. I'd consider casting someone else for the second one because she's considerably older in the second one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd say that they should recast for the second one, and because she needs to be older. I don't think that she can, because she looks the same as she did in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and that was years ago. It's like, my God.
To be honest, with these, I don't know if they've. I don't think they started filming yet. It might be years before they start filming. But yeah, casting.
Maybe we'll get
Abby.
lucky and they'll cancel it.
Yeah. Who do you guys want as Abby? I'm personally rooting for John Cena. I think he has
Hogan.
I want Terry Crews.
Hang on, is this show on? Wait, is this show on Netflix? What? Huh?
Hey, look, it needs to be diverse, okay? Like, I want Terry Crews walking in there, and he hits him with the 9-iron, and it ain't the golf club.
Listen, get Terry Crews in a dress. That's pretty much it.
That'd be brilliant. I am curious. Will they cast it? Will they be as ugly and as muscular, or
I think you'll probably. I think.
They'll cast some kind of wrestler, probably.
They'll probably get someone that is not that bad looking, but because
they'll
it's
get
like
Gina
Hollywood, they'll just like uglify the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think that The Last of Us 2, in terms of the story itself, is good. It can work well. It just needs two things. It needs to be tweaked a little bit to be less on the nose with its themes, and it also needs to change the way that the story is told. So basically, the progression. You know, those are the only things that can.
Yeah,
fix
you
it.
don't need.
Oh, sorry, Buck. To interrupt, but she needs to freaking kill Abby. Like, slice her head off, and then that ending is a lot more potent because she realizes, with her finger gone, she can't play the guitar anymore.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that would be a lot more,
Either, so
Yeah, and the girlfriend went away with the child and stuff, not because she took this revenge. She did it, and she paid the price for it. But no, she didn't take the revenge, and she still paid the price for it. It's just stupid. It just needs to be fixed. Like, no, it's like the shield of I don't know, lesbianism or something like that. Victimhood. It's just like, oh wait, I can't make her do something wrong in taking revenge. So how about I don't have her do it, and then just punish her for not going through with the revenge. It's just that ending.
I don't think that.
Is
I think they should.
I don't think enough
should,
people talk about it.
They should take a page out of Walking Dead and not redeem a character like Abby, because The Walking Dead has a lot of characters that you could like. They have redeemable qualities if the
you
writers
can make her
want to redeem.
sympathetic if you try.
Exactly.
But,
you can make her sympathetic, but don't make her like a redeemable character because of she saves people at the. Oh, fuck off, man.
Oh, her father saved a zebra, don't you know? Well, he's a fantastic hero.
Screw
Don't
that
you guys
zebra.
know?
That zebra deserved it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like the thing about Last of Us, it's like even if you did change like the ending to it where like Ellie kills Abby, the problem with it is Neil was let loose and he clearly favored like Abby and all of that stuff more because like as soon as the game starts, it's already like crapping on Joel, and the circumstances to get Joel to die in the way that he does is so ridiculous. And it's like no one had a problem with Joel dying flat out. It's just the way the circumstances and things that had to be done to get that to happen.
Yeah.
I would have been
To be honest,
more
I think
fine-
everyone had a feeling that they were going to kill him off. Like, we were prepared for it, just not
Yeah, we were
in
like,
that way.
yeah. Well, like if Neil literally walked up to this and said, "Hey, look, I'm going to kill him in the second game," and everybody would be like, "Okay, we totally
Okay.
got that. We knew that.
Seems
That's
like-
fine."
Yeah, the character who's been living for 20 fucking years on guard every time just meets a random ass person, and then he's like, yeah, I live in this place. All right, sure,
Yeah,
we'll
my
follow
name is
you,
Joel.
no problem. It's like,
Yeah, my
what
name
the
is
fuck,
Joel.
man?
That's my brother, who's Tommy. Here's my social security number and my date of birth. Here's my bank account number if you need it. Also, here's all this stuff. It's like, yeah. Well, what are you doing with that golf club? Ugh!
Here's a list of every single person I've killed, so you can check down the list to see if I personally killed someone you know or
It
love.
just opens up like a freaking scroll, and it goes out the window. Yeah, and this was just year one. I got like 20 more in the back.
So you know what? Good luck to Craig Mazin. He's got a shit story to deal with, and a stubborn ass Neil Druckmann who wants to keep it the same. Good luck to him. I wish him the best.
The only thing I care about for the show is if they keep Fat Geralt and Dungeon Kid in the garage door.
in there.
This is Fat Geralt. Fat Geralt.
Dude, he was my favorite character.
Literally the best part of the game.
Okay. I think two pieces of news. Neil Blomkamp, whose movie I'll probably be watching today on tomorrow. Well, technically today because UK time. But yeah, he'll be doing District 10, and he has spoken about it, and he's essentially taking his time with it. He doesn't feel need the rush, and I personally loved District 9. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but
I've seen it. District 9.
definitely a deep movie.
Really?
It is. And the fact that there's a possibility of a sequel, I'm just cautiously optimistic with, because it's definitely something that's near and dear to me. A film that definitely it's a difficult watch, but it's so good. And I tweeted this out essentially. Let me just share this tab that you should definitely take its time with it. And if they did it today, they'd definitely up the racism allegory to 11. Like,
Yep.
So Neil Blomkamp is essentially saying here that he doesn't want to make it right now, and at some point down the line, it'll probably get made. Okay, I'm fine with that. Just let him take his time. After the writer's strike, maybe 5 years after that, fine. As long as he takes his time with it and writes a good script that doesn't feel preachy, I'm all up for this movie. What did you guys think of District 9, and have you seen it?
I thought it was a really good movie. Like it was well made. I don't know the main actor's name, but I like that
but
guy.
he's great.
Sharto Copley.
Yeah, that guy. I like him. He's a really good actor. He could do like all sorts of stuff, whatever he needed to do.
He does it.
Work on the alien prawns is like really good effects wise, and great action scenes like right at the end, especially with that mech suit. It was a really good movie, and I would have liked to have seen the sequel. Now, obviously, I'll be fine if he takes his time with it. And just make it good. And I'll be fine with it. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Okay. Uninspired, did you want to add something? Because I wanted to quickly move on to the last piece
Uh,
of news.
yeah, I love District 9. I think that it's really good, especially in terms of budget and telling the story that it wants to tell. Because, like sci-fi and horror are always used as like commentary on society. So it's
Mhm.
great to have a movie that did that as recently as like 2009. That was actually really, really good. And
Mhm.
I mean, consider that the same year was Avatar, the first one. And that movie was fucking I don't even know what to say about Avatar, man. It sucks to be honest with you. But it's interesting, but yeah, it's honestly on the mid side in comparison to District 9. But I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic for a sequel. I don't think that we need it, but if
Mhm.
we get it and it's good, then I will be happy. I won't have any issues with it.
Yeah. I just
It's
hope, it'd be answered whether he comes back or not, I'd be
Mm.
interested in that. But then again,
yeah.
like with Incredibles 2,
Yep.
like
Oh,
10
Yep.
years waiting for that sequel and you release that, and Brad Pitt is a good writer, he can cover good stuff. And I don't know how he scrooched the pooch with that, but hey,
Yeah, I
so I
fell
hope
asleep
it's
at
not
the
that.
cinema in Incredibles
Uh,
too.
wow.
Uh, it's
Yeah.
been a long
Great.
time since I've seen District 9 myself, but I remember really enjoying it. And I did want a sequel, like way back when, just to see how I forget his name, but the main character's story gets resolved.
Mm.
Hmm. Definitely. So yeah, Neil, take your time. It's not like you're listening to this podcast or anything, but I just like the word Neil and I thought I'd say it. But
Yeah,
hey,
he has way more fans that'll let him take his time as opposed to someone like Ridley Scott who took his time with Alien sequels and basically shit the fucking bed.
oh
oh
no,
God.
yeah. On to some potentially happy news. Uh, this is a rumor, but apparently Michael Waldron is rumored to be no longer writing Avengers Secret
Oh,
Wars.
don't give me hope.
My reaction to this information. So yeah,
You
this
serious?
I
this is
just
gross.
oh God. Okay, if I recall correctly, he did
Loki.
oh God, he did Loki.
And
Yeah, he did
Multiverse
Loki.
of Madness.
Yep.
Okay, I
My
was gonna say,
God.
like, I remember, I was wondering if it was Multiverse of Madness or like another one, but the fact that he did Loki as well, it's like, oh yeah, that was the one show that like on episode 1 I already hated it. I was like, okay,
This man
I,
single-handedly destroyed the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe's basically the
Ah,
groundwork that was
yeah.
settled. The entire world building was fucked with because of him.
Hmm.
Twice.
yeah,
Twice,
yeah,
yeah.
because he can't, because he's just writing shit on the fly, and and he's not. This was his first gig.
Hmm.
My
Loki was
And it was
supposed
God.
to,
like,
and then Multiverse of Madness. I have no idea what possessed him to write that piece of shit. Like this guy has no idea how the multiverse works
He
or
has
any
no
of it.
idea
Like
how,
it's
how
all just
anything works, man. He doesn't even know how writing works, to be
and
honest
it
with you.
doesn't line up with No Way Home. It doesn't line up with any other of the new multiverse movies. It's just doesn't line up. I don't think it lines up with Ant-Man that well either. It's just like the multiverse concept is fucked. Uh,
the multiverse thing is like very thin with Ant-Man there, because like the only multiverse thing is just the post credit scene and Kang
Mhm.
being like, yeah, look, there's a lot of other me's out there, like, ho ho ho.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we've got the other Jeff Loveness writer.
Oh,
He was
fucking
supposed to
Christ,
write.
man.
He was supposed to write Avengers Kang Dynasty. Now that's officially he's gone from Kang Dynasty. That's official.
Amen.
Right after Ant-Man bombed, essentially. So this
Yeah, I
news
wouldn't
would
let
not
him
surprise
around
me.
either. I wouldn't let him write a grocery list.
No, that
I wouldn't
that
trust him to
took me
write
like
my
2 seconds
prescription.
the thing is, it's just I Marvel are probably looking at the backlog and maybe they thought, let's get rid of this guy because Secret Wars when this was announced, I was like, okay, that might be a movie I might look forward to along with Guardians 3 and No Way Home.
Okay, but
And
here's the
then
question, Trip Up.
this guy was hired, and I was like, nope, I'm out. Yeah, no. Like when I say anticipated, I mean like, oh, it might be a bit of fun, kind of like Endgame, like really shit, but kind of fun. That's maybe at least what I can expect from this.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
Trip Up, I
But
have to,
with
I
him,
have to,
with him on the wheel, no fun, no, and nothing that makes sense either. So
Trip Up, I have to ask.
yeah,
When you heard about this movie, which
Mhm.
Secret Wars did you think they were gonna do?
the Doctor Doom Beyond the
You didn't think they would maybe do
the Beyond the thing with people battling each other.
Yeah,
So,
the one that actually gave us the
Yeah.
black suit, Spidey.
yeah. I don't think that they do the black suit in this one. To be honest,
no, they won't.
Well, I think I think they're saving. I think Sony's kind of like said fucked off to Marvel. It's just like they're gonna do their own thing now with their stuff. 'Cause
Yeah,
I think
and
they've
apparently-
realized. I
Yeah.
think they've realized Marvel's not doing well, and Sony ain't gonna give up Spider-Man. No, they'll take that to the end of the world.
Well,
I mean-
Sony is one of the main reasons why No Way Home was as successful as it is, because they were there to basically say no to Marvel on specific decisions when it came to the writing aspect of it. So, I mean, literally the only MCU film to have
money.
gotten as big. Yeah, well, you have Multiverse of Madness, but it came out that it was not that profitable, basically because the reported budget was fake, and it was more like 300 million instead of 200 and something. So, and the only reason why Multiverse of Madness was successful was because it came right after No Way Home, and people were going because of that reason. I know that's why I went, and then yeah, man, Marvel just said, fuck it, we hate our fans, we don't want to make money, this is how it is
Yeah.
now, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like the Sony is they are trying as much as they do stupid shit. It's like you can at least say that they're trying to do something. Granted, yes, they're gonna whip out like Morbius and Craven movies for some fucking reason, But you can at least say, okay, we're trying to do something here. We're like, well, maybe this will work, maybe that work, that might not work, But
It's weird because Sony is basically stuck in 2006 because all of their movies feel like early 2000 superhero movies. It's so weird.
Oh, so you guys aren't super hyped for Madame Web?
Hey, look, it's Sydney Sweeney in a tight suit. Of course, I'm watching that shit. I really don't care, man. The plot could be just her sitting and eating ice cream. I don't fuck it.
Honestly, it's with the Sony stuff. Like, I can kind of enjoy the popcorn feeling because I can at least go, all right, well, I could probably get something out of these movies. Unlike with the MCU ones, where it's just like I feel the existential dread. It's like, okay, what are we gonna do today? Because it's like with what's the next one? Craven. I could be like, all right, I'm probably
That's been
gonna be
delayed
in for,
to next year, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's gonna be the newest one that'll be coming out from them, right?
Let me double
Yeah,
check. Let me
I
fact
guess.
check myself.
Like there ain't nothing coming out between us and that, is it?
Yeah, I think it's been delayed to.
I thought it was delayed to October. Yeah.
No, it says. Oh, wait. Google says one way 2024. Okay, I need to double check this.
So it's either August 30th. Oh wait, yeah, August 30th, 2024. What the fuck?
Yeah, they have delayed it. Okay. Huh.
Well, yeah, but that's the closest, That's the
Those
what's
are strikes,
coming up
essentially.
first.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they'll move it up if this strike gets resolved sooner?
No.
Yeah,
Doubtful.
Craven is going to save movie theaters.
Okay,
ladies and gentlemen.
movies in general, like maybe not Craven, but like Dune.
It's weird
Maybe.
because I was on a live stream with a friend of mine called Appion, and we were basically discussing what Sony could do with Spider-Man and with their universe. And what we came up with was you bring back Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man because you already have the setup of the Sinister Six, and they've been building up the Sinister Six. So you bring in Andrew Garfield Spider-Man from the experience that he's had in No Way Home. So he basically becomes the seasoned, the top tier Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man 3. And then after that, if you want to, you can like tie in Miles Morales live action if you feel like it or something, Well, I said if you feel like it.
No.
No.
But
No.
they can bring him back, just end the trilogy with him fighting the Sinister Six, or just give him 2 more movies and it could work.
I feel like you could give him. I would be fine with giving him like another movie or two, to give him stuff to do. Like that'd be great. Like there's stuff you could do with this, with Spider-Man in general. I mean, like Jesus Christ, Sony understood that idea. Granted, a lot of their ideas is ridiculous, but like they're trying stuff, Like there's Craven, and then there was Morbius, and then we got Venom 3 coming around the corner, and then there's the Silk show, and then the Spider-Man War show that doesn't have Peter for some reason.
Oh yeah, there's that Spider-Man High School animated TV show for Disney Plus.
A colorful and diverse group of friends. Flash is now not Flash. It's just like I'm getting Superman and Lois. What's that show again called?
My Adventures with Superman.
My Adventures. that one. I'm just getting like, this looks oddly familiar. This situation of
honestly the
race changing and whatnot, and that just sets red flags right there in my brain. Like, I don't get me wrong, chat. I have not seen a second. It could be good. It could be
maybe.
But as soon as he race change, I'm like saying you've got agenda in mind.
The problem with Marvel's like the Marvel animation thing is like the most recent only example they got out was What If, and that was I hate that animation style with fucking passion because it looks like your pre-visual stuff. Like this is your concept that you're going to showcase before you do the final visual effects, and I hate it. And it looks like that's going to be their default for like when they do Marvel Zombies, which already is ridiculous.
No!
Yeah, and here's the thing. They're doing it, and it's going to be a continuation of the What If episode, and it doesn't make any more sense when they start showing off certain characters like Kate Bishop and Red Guardian and all these other characters. And it's like, you don't even exist at this point in time.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, we're already gonna be lucky if we get like Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty, because that's like 2026, 2027. Yeah, I don't even know if we're gonna go that far. I think they're basically gonna scrap Marvel. I've been saying this, that they should just use Deadpool as a kill the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so basically just kill Phase 4. But it looks as if they're just yeah.
Have you heard the leaked like script thing about that?
Oh yeah, I read the leaks. I don't know. Well, the thing is that basically Marvel is still contractually obligated to keep the Fox actors from X-Men till I think it's 2024 or 2025. I think 2025. And so I think the reason why they're having Deadpool kill because I think he's gonna kill the X-Men Fox universe is so that they can use the actors one last time before that. But I just think that they should have Deadpool killing the Phase 4 of the MCU, just murder everyone and restart it. Fuck it.
No, I think Secret Wars would be a better option because you've got like this whole kind of incursion thing you could do, like wiping away the time. I know Hickman did that with in his recent Secret Wars, essentially rebooting everything. They could do something like that and just recast a Tony Stark and stuff like that. But you'd have to have a brain. I don't think anyone has a brain in there that
because
certainly not Michael Walden.
Here's how I think it probably would go down if you put someone in there that does not know what the fuck they're doing. They're just gonna look at. They'll probably be like, all right, let's look at Secret Wars, and they go, yeah, it's multiverse, all these other characters, and they'll think, oh, I'm gonna just throw in a smorgasbord of all these actors who played other characters. It'll be the Flash all over again. It's like,
Mm.
oh, let's have the Fantastic Four from like 2004. Let's have those actors pop up. We'll have Chris Evans as Human Torch. He'll interact with Captain America. That'll be funny, everybody. And I don't know. We'll have that weird version of Doctor Strange that didn't release from like the 70s that had the weird porno intro music. We'll have that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe we'll. Oh yeah. What about David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury with the eye patch? That'll be
Yes.
funny.
Yes, that'll be good.
I just think that, yeah, as you said, like, I think that they could do something with the incursion stuff, but they'd never go as far as to, because doing that would basically admit defeat, that they fucked up.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't think
Pride
they're gonna do
cometh
that.
before the fall.
Yeah.
And on those happy news, I hope he's out. It's just a rumor, but good God, I hope he's out. I really do.
Well, I hope it is true. And Michael Waldron, on the unlikely event you're watching this, well, I'm not gonna miss you.
Yeah, just like Neil is watching this as well. I'm telling him not to rush. Yeah.
Michael Waldron, in the unlikely event you're watching this, get fucked.
Learn to write.
I hope you eat cat food for the rest of your life.
Okay, let's move on to the next segment of the show. If I can find the clip, I'm keep losing it. Damn it. I'm losing it. No, there you go. Found it. I'm just a boomer. Okay, welcome to the final segment of the show, in which we pitch ourselves some short stories using our very own wheels that decide the fate of the stories. We've got the franchise wheel, of course, our lovely franchise. This time I added a bit of Pokemon in there, since it's like the number one IP for some reason. The fifth one, I always throw in a curveball. Sometimes I throw in TMNT, sometimes Transformers, sometimes Fast and Furious. If you guys have any suggestions in there, I'd be curious to know. Pokemon seems to be the best-selling IP, to my surprise. But hey, who am I to judge? I guess so.
People really love making small animals beat the shit out of each other.
In all sorts of ways, especially with I can't remember. I'm gonna say Vaporeon. There we go. I've seen like countless of degeneracy towards creatures, so it just like makes you depressed about humanity in general. Just like thinking of World War II flashbacks and that reading through, and it's just like, good God, we cannot have Pokemons in the world. The things we do to them. But yeah, we also have very classy wheel of genres that will decide the genre of your story. Of course, we've all got the standard ones, but a final wheel is ESG wheel. We've got anti-capitalist. We've got environmentalism. I don't know if you guys watched Third Gunny, but yeah, definitely. Probably the most environmentalist and somewhat digestible movie, but seriously, environmentalism is everywhere in movies today. We've got feminism, racism, and fat body positivity. That's not in movies a whole lot, but oh no, audio issues. All right, chat. Let me
Yeah, you're cutting out a bit for me, but I didn't know
Yeah,
if that was
same.
just me or if that was
Exactly.
everyone.
That's why I
Yeah.
didn't say anything.
Oh boy. I hope it's not nothing bad, because
And now it's come
seems-
back. I
okay,
think.
now it's all good.
Yeah, it seems to be working better.
Okay. You know what? We'll get straight to spinning wheels, and I guess we'll have fun for today. It's always technical difficulties in this last portion. I have no idea why. You know, audio crackly and stuff like that. So the plan for today is like I'm not going to get any countdowns up because that just seems to get the audio out of whack on the last stream. So I'm going to play some classic music essentially whilst we will be writing. But first, let's spin the wheel. Let's do this from bottom to up. Essentially, we'll start from Mr. Berg essentially, and we'll start off with the genre wheel. All right, Berg, you ready?
Nope, but let's do it.
All right. Bum. Action adventure. Okay, you should be familiar with that genre. All right, that's not too hard.
I love me some action.
And then we have a franchise wheel. Your franchise Berg is
Okay.
DC.
Okay, this is not terrible. I can work with this.
Now for the most interesting one, your ESG score. You got to keep that boxes checked. Jeans.
Great.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me that writers actually do this for their scripts.
Probably.
Racism.
Racism. Okay.
Racism.
Interesting.
Okay.
I like that there's like confetti everywhere. You know, it just
Yeah,
adds
we're
to it, you know?
applauding racism.
Yay, racism!
Yay! As racism in a story, yippee! That's you know, people tend to go for like you know, black and white crime and stuff like that with racism, but you could do like Plains Indians and stuff like that, and then you know, all types. You know, feel free to do it however you'd like. You know, you've got options there. So,
Yeah.
all right, Creetosis, you're up next.
Oh boy.
All right, so your genre is wow.
Not convenient.
That has never happened before. That's the first time for the show. All right, so yours is action adventure. Your franchise is what should be DC as well.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yay! You like animals, Cree, right?
No, I hate them. They make good food. No,
I can only think. I can only think of that horrible like Joker Pokemon meme. It's my Pokemon pet, man. I can do whatever I want to it.
It's a little bunny man. Check it out. No. Voice crack. But hey, all right. And your ESG score? Oh, it'd be good to get environmentalism. Environmentalism would be a dream. Any preferences?
No, I'm terrible at this, so it's all going to be trouble for me. Oh my
Oh
god.
no way! Oh wow! Oh wow!
Man,
Racism all around.
Pikachu
Right.
called someone a slur on Twitter.
You guys are hiding something. All right, jeez. You guys have a
Yes, I
preference.
rigged the wheel to give me the most fun option.
Are any of you guys failed Austrian painters by any chance?
Maybe in a past life.
Okay. I see how it is. Jeez. All right. Uninspired.
All right.
Your genre is you came up with a pitch on the show just like that with a snap of your fingers, essentially.
Oh man, I'm always coming up with random pitches in my mind all day.
I gotta say, Capital Opinions though really impressed me. He did some casting in his movie pitch.
Ooh.
He casted like Rachel Zegra in his Harry Potter pitch about environmentalism. Brilliant move. Yeah, all the wizards like attacked oil
Oh God.
So it was I was really impressed. You know. All right, your genre is
Comedy. Okay.
okay. That's an interesting one. Interesting.
I bet you I'm gonna get environmentalism. DC.
DC.
Okay.
It's again. I'm gonna have to remove some of these if they keep doing the same. Jeez. If it's racism again, I'm spinning the wheel. All right,
A
you're not
comedy
getting
about a comedy about racism in DC. That's pretty good. Come on, racism.
Nope. You get
Told you I'd get
environmentalism.
environmentalism.
Okay, you just predicted it, I guess. Not bad, not bad. You've got clairvoyance, I see. Okay,
Mhm.
and my genre is I don't know what mockumentary is. I'm speaking it again.
Oh, mockumentary is basically like a fake documentary, like found footage stuff.
I don't know how to write that.
Oh.
I'm gonna spin it again because I'm the host. I make the rules here. Jeez.
Yeah,
Okay,
watch him like
go ahead.
add like 30 things you need to add to your movie.
Okay, so I got crime and heist, and my franchise is Star Wars.
Oh, bro,
Mm.
it's Han Solo then.
Yeah, Han Solo. Then. Yeah, even the Han Solo thing wasn't really heisty. It didn't feel like it, to be honest. But
There's a heist in Andor that was done well.
Yep.
okay.
Okay, but who
Still got
watched
to
it
watch
though?
It's about crime and heist and racism. Wow.
I'm not sure what you
Racism.
can possibly write
I
based on
want to say a
that.
joke, but I don't want to ruin it.
Listen, I'm like the black cat, and I didn't get racism. This is racist in itself, man.
You know what? Maybe I should remove them because there's an option to remove them. In hindsight, maybe I should have done that. I did not predict
In
this.
hindsight, the racism was a bad idea.
Okay, I'm gonna play some music. A music that I think everyone will like, and I'm gonna set up a timer on my phone because last time when I set up a timer on the screen, audio went to shit essentially.
Yikes.
So to avoid that, I'm just going to play some music essentially and warn you guys when the timer's up. So like 3 or 4 minutes, I think that'll be fine for you guys, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Alright.
So let me play the age-old music of Feeding the Ducks. All right, ready, set, right. I'm just gonna be writing on my notes. No, I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna make this the most racist thing ever for the minorities. It's gonna be more racist than even your guys. All right, it's gonna have so many minorities you won't believe. I got an idea now. Just got an idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with something. Again, I'm terrible at this.
Man,
I
I've
already
come
got
up.
it. I already got one.
Yeah,
I won.
I'm cooking up like crazy. You could call me Walter White here, man.
Oh, okay. Jeez, what a show. Okay, so mine is obviously going to be a Disney Plus show because it's Star Wars, you know.
Mm.
Star Wars can't make anything other than Disney Plus. I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit. You don't want it to be too loud, you know. We like Feeding the Ducks, but we don't like it that much. So, because Star Wars is a dead brand, so it's obviously going to be a Disney Plus. Because who makes Star Wars movies anymore? Okay. So, let's do the. Okay, this is brilliant. I think I'm writing more so of a comedy. I don't know about you guys. You guys are focused in.
Yeah.
I've got nothing. I'm trying to work something out.
As soon as I picked a DC character, it was like super easy. It was like, oh, I know what to do.
You know what, Creetosis? You can hear our stories first, right? Then you can go last. And then you
Alright.
can just make it up on the spot, which is what I usually do.
Saving the worst for last is a good
And then what
plan.
you also usually do is you add like 30 things we need to add to our thing that brings the game.
Yeah. And we'll have suggestions for you as well,
Yeah,
And the budget and stuff like
suggestions were like, nah, you don't get to win. I bring the game in my favor.
Mhm.
You can tell this. I'm not happy with this because this has happened to me before. We watched the true pop in its natural habitat.
Yes, this is in front of a screen. Yes.
We need to add the David Attenborough voice. It'll
Okay,
make it
okay.
perfect.
How are you guys progressing?
Oh man,
I'm literally done.
This
You
is
done?
fucking incredible.
Okay. I think I finished mine.
I'm
Right.
working my way through it. I've got a thing. I've got an angle that's pretty terrible, but I'm working on it.
Okay. We'll give it a couple of minutes more. You guys figure out some casting. Always helps. Pitch it. Mhm. Okay. So. I think I did. Need to figure out an ending. Ending's the hardest.
I'm almost at my ending.
Have you figured out a budget? Is it TV or film?
Yeah, I'm almost on that actually. I'm gonna cast probably, maybe.
Okay.
I'm gonna one up Capital Opinions, man.
You know what? It's not gonna be that character. It's gonna be. I don't know. Okay. I didn't focus on the ESG score too much.
Mine kind of worked like pretty well with the story. So, you know.
Okay. I think if I mess around a bit more, I'll just ruin it. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Damn it. Okay. Maybe. I need to think of something for the ESG. Something more. It's missing something. Themes of slavery, maybe. I don't know.
Man, just develop any random ass minorities. Say like give them a weird name, man. That's it.
You know, like, holy fuck.
Oh, okay. Wait, you know what? You just gave me a superb idea.
The new Star Wars Jedi. Holy fuck.
Okay. I think I'm done with mine. I'm ready.
All right.
Hooray.
Cree, how you doing?
Almost done, kind of. It's
Mhm.
terrible, but I've got
Mhm.
something I'm working with.
Okay. So, you know what? We'll pause the music. I'll I'll just start to get pitch mine essentially, guys. So, so I essentially got themes of racism, Star Wars, and a crime heist, which is very sumptuous, you know. Themes of racism and stealing. Jeez, it's like you could not get anything worse. Like that's just unacceptable right there.
Mm.
So I think the wheels were rigged today. I think I don't know. Maybe it's the certain conditions. Maybe there's like a moon in the sky that just rigs it. But you know, next time, lesson learned. I will remove a section so it's more interesting. Everyone will get something different. But you know what? We'll roll with it. You know, all the whole racism thing. So you guys said to me that it should be about Han, right? It's a crime, right? No.
Yep.
That's why I say no. It'll be about Lando. That fabled Disney Plus show that they've all been talking about. It's gonna get made, guys. It's with Donald Glover, right?
Mhm.
So Donald Glover is my main man, and he's been set on a determined mission, right? Donald Glover has a nephew called Kilometer Morales, and he's Kilometer Morales needs he's quite poor, you know, doesn't even have a console, what a scrub. It can't afford a new console, so it doesn't have a TV screen as well. So Donald Glover's Lando decides, you know what? I know a very rich kingpin who's got like a 500k TV screen. So his ancestral instincts kick in to steal a TV screen. And he goes ahead and it also set the golden 400k TV screen from Jabba. And on his heist, he assembles his love droid and Chewie. No Han, because we can't have white men in this. Jeez, what do you guys think? Look at me. And on his trip to steal the 100 KB, he notices Jabba has a slave pit with a bunch of slaves, you know, in bikinis, just like Leia was. And you know what? He decides, let my people go. And instead of stealing the TV screen, he has morals. He puts principles over money and TV screens. So he frees the people from oppression and rallies against the oppressive Jabba. And yeah, that's my pitch.
Free the people.
I don't know what I'd call it. I'm also obviously asking for about $300 million for the whole show, 10 episodes. Maybe like 20 or 30 million each episode. It'll be a hit, guys. So
If Disney doesn't hire you after this, they're missing out.
Yeah, totally primal content right here.
No, literally, I could see a show like this of Lando. Maybe not a TV screen. Okay, maybe that's just a bit of speculation there, but I could see him like literally stealing something on a heist mission, and then themes of racism. Oh no, he sees some slaves and he sets them free. Like I could see that in a Disney Plus show.
Ryan Johnson is absolutely jealous at you right now because he didn't come up with this idea.
Roundhead Ryan is seething right now.
No.
I'm sure he turned off the stream.
I'm just better. What can I say? Hey, actually, that's not a big compliment. Anyone is better than my grandma can write a script better than him. Like it's just Star Wars scripts is just. All right.
Flying turtle could write better than Ryan.
A monkey on a typewriter. Bug, would you like to pitch us your story?
Yeah, hold on one second. I need a refreshment.
Mhm.
Okay. It's a few years after the Civil War, ladies and gentlemen. Our main character, Jonah Hex, former Confederate soldier, comes across
I don't think he was. Okay, go on.
Yeah, actually was. He comes across a former slave girl named Medulla Black, played by Halle Berry, and he becomes like sympathetic to her after he hears her story of her and her racist Confederate slave owners. And he goes like, all right, I'm gonna help you hunt down these racist Confederate slave owners, and she will be as good as a gunslinger as him because she's self-taught, because she's a strong, independent black woman that need no man. And of course, she'll be lesbian because we can't have straight heterosexual relationships anymore, And she'll always give Hex shit about being in the Confederate Army, even though he's like, look, I'm sorry, I feel guilty about that. That's my guilt to that. Jonah Hex will be played by Thomas Jane. You'll have Halle Berry play Medulla Black. and the main villain will be played by Jackie Earl Healing, and he will like break out the hard R real liberally. I want Quentin Tarantino to write this. I expect like a $300 million budget for this. I want it to be a good movie. A lot of blood, a lot of action, a lot of ridiculous like shit that should not be possible. I want Medulla Black to just gun down people so effortlessly. It makes Jonah Hex go, "Damn, you're better than me."
Oh wow, she's the chosen one. You're the new Jonah X, so whatever.
Yeah, and it'll end with them killing the slave owners and them going, "Wow, let's become a team," And he'll give her his like Confederate soldier hat as a sign of admiration and respect.
Now you see, I could see James Gunn doing this. Green lighting this because Jonah Hex is not that used by DC, and he loves freaking characters like the Authority, so he'd greenlight something.
Jonah Hex is way better than the Authority on any goddamn day.
I don't actually hear much about Jonah Hex, but yeah, I think
he's one of those characters that just is sort of stuck in his own time. It's only with rare exceptions when they like do time travel shit, they yeet him off around, He's always stuck in the cowboy era, so you kind of have to do a lot just to get him anywhere. But yeah, I think this would be a great movie to do.
David Zaslav would be very disappointed that you can't do anything with him. Connect him to Superman Legacy or anything. He's very disappointed in you, Bug. Not using.
We're doing this. We're doing this.
I'm just providing feedback.
Okay? You're putting those extra like little restrictions.
I do have a very important question for your story. Is there some point during the movie where he says about the girl companion, "I like her"?
Yes. When she brutally murders just some white dude for just calling her the N-word, and she just brutally murders him with a ball. And he just goes, "I like this one."
Wow. Okay.
Good. 10 out of 10. Fund it.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, you know what? You get the money. Well done. Uninspired, would you like to pitch?
Yeah, sure. So I got comedy, DC, and environmentalism. I picture an hour 50 long movie. Give me a budget of 40 million. I think that it's enough. So we're gonna have three actors.
Cheap.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
it's
are
gonna
you
be
sure?
cheap, man.
Are you sure about that budget? Huh? Not 100? 200
listen,
million?
it's
I
a
can't even
comedy
afford
movie.
catering.
But everything is a comedy movie nowadays. Have you seen the comedy Marvel movies? Jeez.
And that's true. $200 million comedies, man. And we're witnessing it. It's incredible what comedy
Worth
has
every
become.
penny.
Well, yeah. So me, it's gonna be a comedy about the Joker coming out of an SJW writer's comics into real life to fight global warming after her ideas were implemented into his character. So that's pretty interesting. But that's not all. He basically meets her in real life and ends up wanting to do comedy shows after watching an Amy Schumer special. Which, who doesn't want to do comedy after that? Because fuck Amy Schumer. And, And so basically, he has a falling out with the SJW writer, but to win her back, he teams up with Just Stop Oil and blows up an entire offshore rig, which basically, causes more harm than help. And he calls Swamp Thing from the comics, who comes and cleans up the ocean. But he ends up reconciling with the SJW by the end of the movie, and he goes back into the comics where he's brutally beaten by Batman and sent to Arkham Asylum, while the SJW in real life is sent to prison because she's technically an accomplice. So, such a great ending.
A happy ending. Huh.
Yeah, it is. And
Yeah.
so for the actors, I'd say the SJW is played by Lizzo, so the cops might have a bit of difficulty.
You need
Yeah.
a crane for that.
And,
Like handcuffs. Like we're not gonna bother.
oh yeah, she break the handcuffs like Superman. Just she's free.
We all know she has incredible acting range in The Mandalorian. So
I mean, listen, if you want her to give out real emotion, just give her a banana. That's pretty much all you need.
all right, he said that, not me. All right, we all got racist stories. He said that. All right, I'm pointing the wrong way. There we go. He
Yeah,
said
so the actor for the Joker will probably be Timothée Chalamet, and yeah, and the voice for the Swamp Thing, I'm aiming to get J.K. Simmons if he's available. That's what I've got.
I can see DC being stupid enough to cast.
I bet you they can actually make this premise as an animated show. I 100%. I can see this as an animated show.
Honestly, this sounds like an episode of Harley Quinn.
Like they could even cast Timothée Chalamet as a Robin. I could definitely see them stupid like. Doing
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
they cast it for sure.
Oh no.
Right? Can you be Jason so I can watch you get beaten with a crowbar?
That'd be funny. Creetosis.
All right, it's my turn. So
Well,
I got
okay. You'll refresh us on the topics. All right.
action adventure, Pokemon, and ESG thing is racism, which is a very fun topic to do. So we're going to use existing characters, kind of. You've got Ash Ketchum, but his last name is based off the tagline "Gotta catch 'em all." So we're going to change that to "Catch they them" to get that little bit of nod there. Even though it's not the theme of the movie, got to include them. He's found out that he's in a foreign land, and he finds out that Team Rocket has an archaeology dig site where they're stealing the historical relics of this indigenous culture, and they've enslaved them to work in these the mines or the archaeology dig to dig up their own cultural relics so Team Rocket could sell it for profit. And they're terrible. So Ash Ketch they them has to track down their base of operation, and keep in mind, all of Team Rocket, they're all white men. They have to be all white men. There's not a single. It's a total sausage fest. There's an epic battle where he defeats them and he frees the enslaved locals and returns their land and relics to them, which they then destroy because Yeah.
Oh,
I like it.
it belongs in a museum. the British Museum. Da, 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 da.
I don't have. I casting is a hard one for me, but Ash Catch They Them definitely has to be played by Elliot Page.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I see what you did there.
I didn't do anything. It's a good casting choice for a live action Pokemon.
Yeah, sure.
It's true.
Made up. I just remembered like hot Ellen Page pictures, and I just got depressed a little. All right. That was
Wait, who's voicing Pikachu?
Ryan Gosling.
I was going to go with the obvious answer. It's a Danny DeVito.
Oh, okay.
That'd be good.
So, anyways, I started blasting.
Anyways, I started
Oh no, that's great. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. All right, that'll be all for the show. I hope every of you guys.
Oh, we didn't decide a winner.
Winner is me.
That's an easy way to figure it out. It's an easy way to win.
I don't know.
I had slavery, Confederacy, and Medulla.
See, Jonah Hill. Jonah I'm getting tired. Okay. Jonah Hex is a relatively unknown character. Not much money can be made of him, so you gotta use a popular IP. That would be my main criticism for you.
Yeah, well, they made a movie out of Beetle and see how that went.
Exactly. Don't make the same mistake. Creetosis. I would recommend that. Actually, there is quite a bit of archaeology in Pokemon, isn't there?
Kind of, yeah. I was thinking of Generation 2 when I came up with that aspect. Kind of. I also saw Indiana Jones recently, and Crystal Skull, so it's kind of what inspired that as well. It's like, yeah, mix those things.
Definitely. Actually, I don't have many criticisms for you. Well done, Creetosis. Bug, do better.
Come on. I had prime gold material here. Halle Berry as a gun-toting, strong, independent, lesbian, black slave. You know.
Listen, Bug, you've got to do better. You've got to.
Uninspired, yours are always golden. It's pretty hard to choose, to be honest. Chat, you can choose the winner.
Listen, I had the cops arresting Lizzo.
Deep down. Well, I know which one certainly didn't win. It's just yours, Bug. So, there. Yeah. Deep inside, I think we all did a great story on the themes of racism. I think we all took that hard today, and I think we can learn from that a lot. Actually,
deep inside, we know that we all got participation trophies. That's it.
Okay. Actually, we could do a poll.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? Let the people decide. Let democracy prevail, I suppose. Even though there's
I will laugh if it's 25% for everyone.
Okay, so
we all know who's gonna win. Who would want to watch a movie of Jonah Hex and Medulla Black?
Sure, Pop.
No, True Pop is hacking the mainframe.
Okay, I'm just putting True Pop everywhere.
In when you're done.
This the bag. Okay. All right. The poll is up. You guys can, I guess, vote to see who won the story competition. All right. So while people are voting in the poll, because I already see it filling up in there, we'll do some outros. Uninspired, can you tell the people where they can find you and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me on again, man. It's always a pleasure coming on, to be honest. And
Mhm.
yeah, the Uninspired Reviewer. You guys can find me on my YouTube channel, just the Uninspired Reviewer. You'll see it.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I basically just do movie reviews, analysis videos. Sometimes I do like the occasional top 10 lists of my personal favorites movies of a specific genre. And I also dabble in old movies. So I do a 1950s to 1930s to 50s, movies to movie reviews too. And I also have the Uninspired Hour or so, basically live streams that I do bi-weekly on Saturdays at 1 p.m. EST. And we basically just do a movie breakdown on air. And yeah, the latest one that we did was yesterday. We covered Blade. So that was pretty fun. Went for like four and a
Okay.
half hours. So yeah,
Nice.
the next one is going to be this weekend, actually. So Saturday. And it's going to be Total Recall. And we're going to be doing that with the Critical Drinker. So yeah, it's going to be pretty fun.
Oh, damn, dude.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
Really
Nice.
cool.
yes.
Okay. A bit of an update on the poll. No one has voted for mine. That's what I said
Who,
for.
who's in the
All right, all
lead?
right.
You absolutely
Uh,
deserve votes. Yours was funny.
Bug and Cree, you are leading head to head.
Oh,
Well, that's because I fortified the poll.
Okay.
I had-
yeah. Exactly. These are your viewers, essentially. So, geez.
yeah, but the fact that the Jonah Hex and the Medulla Black can hold up to it is a testament to its quality.
No one voted for mine. Seriously, I'm just. This
You
is why
didn't have-
democracy sucks. You know. I was never. I always thought it was overrated, and the age-old quote: "Government for the people, by the people." But the people are there. I'm
I
not
was
gonna
gonna
finish that
reference
word because
that.
you know the word.
I've started
The-
censoring that in my videos by saying
Mhm.
retreaded.
Oh, retread. Yes.
And
That is
every-
YouTube. That is the word I was meant to say. Yes.
And anytime I say that in a video, I show the Quantum Leap clip.
Okay. Okay. So I'm totally not salty that no one voted for mine. Not even one vote. 0%. All right. Creetosis, could you tell the people where they can find you, videos upcoming and whatnot?
My channel is Creetosis here on
Mhm.
YouTube. It's spelt the way it is on screen right now. I do, well, they used to be weekly streams, but they're every other week for now. I don't know how long we're going to keep doing it that way. We might go back to weekly eventually. I do gaming streams now and then. I want to do that a little bit more. And mainly I make videos, long videos criticizing video games or sometimes responding to other people's videos. I sometimes cover TV shows. I'm going to be covering movies. Actually, I have covered a movie. So yeah, I kind of cover all three. Starfield is coming out soon, so I'm going to be doing a review on that. And depending on its quality, I might be doing a longer breakdown video on it. I have no idea.
Mm.
Cree, is this true? You can
No,
find
it's
in
not. My chat and community trolls me constantly by calling me a furry. I'm not a furry.
Mhm. I mean, is it?
Which is something a
It's-
furry would say.
Oh,
Okay. I see how it is. I mean, an eagle technically doesn't count, right? It's got to have 4 legs, right?
I don't know how it works. I'm not. I'm obviously not involved in the community. I don't know.
No, answer this. A furry would know. Jeez, what counts and doesn't count as a furry? Yeah. Thank you for coming on, both of you guys. I've left
Pleasure, man.
all of their descriptions in the description below, their Twitter and their YouTube channel. Mr. Berg, would you like to tell the people where they can find you and whatnot?
Yes. Hello, I'm Mr. Bug, occasional co-host, True Pop here. I do some editing. I do some memes. I talk about superhero stuff, shows, games, movies, etc. And sometimes get into slap fights on Twitter about it, especially if it's a Tumblr Superman show. And you find me on Twitter at Mr. Bug, where I'm probably going to be doing more of that later today. In terms of any videos, well, since the final episode of the first season of Tumblr Superman's coming out this Thursday, I'll have a review probably out probably a couple days after that. I know that for a fact. So, yay, I can upload something that's productive and not shit.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. I'll update the description and put Mr. Bug's YouTube channel if you'd like to check it out. He's a very popular, notable person on Twitter, so you can definitely follow him at
I
buggycutsite.com.
excel at pissing people off.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, it's at buggy and then underscore then com essentially. So check him out there, pissing people off. As for me, True Pop Culture 7, you can check out my YouTube channel. I do, animated stream highlights. I do them less so now because I'm on the lookout for any suggestions. So if you guys have any suggestions for any streams, like your EFAP, like your Critical Drinker streams, and Friday Night Tide, so whatever stream in the Fellowship, let me know. I'd definitely like to edit some funny little skits. I'll be at the Friday Night Tights meetup in London. So don't get too close. I'm a bit of an introvert essentially. So I looked at this essentially, and I'll probably be wearing my red Spider-Man logo shirt. I'm kind of a huge Spidey nerd, if you guys didn't notice. Definitely keen to see Gary and Drinko. Drinko will apparently be there as well, and
Yeah,
Shadow
he's gonna be there.
I've got Shad's book, so I might ask him to sign it. So
Get it
That would be
signed.
cool. Have you read it?
yes, I
It's
love it.
very good. I really enjoyed that. I listened to the audiobook, but yeah.
I laughed at it so much. Like there were some dad jokes in there said by this big bulky guy of the main character, a friend of the main character, and it was definitely towards the end of it. I was like, "Damn, dude, you are going hard on your main character," but there is a point to that. You kind of redeem him, and that's what amazing about it. Thank you all so much for watching and sticking with me. I don't know why you guys bothered to. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Yeah, feel free to support me wherever you can. I really enjoyed the stream, and couldn't be happier to spend the time with these four guys essentially. So, all right, let me just play the outro here if I can find it. I'm not booming this up completely. Okay, there we go. All right, I'll see everyone later. Bye.
Have a good one.